So now let's focus on control. This is one of the biggest areas around the world that companies are recognizing they need to invest money. And there has been a lot of talk over the course of the past 5 years around harassment and sexual harassment specifically, but then also as it relates to gender harassment of women being treated differently, regardless of it being sexual in nature, but just making them feel like second-class citizens or that they are not part of the most important team of leaders in the organization. And then there's a topic that's gained a lot of steam in the last three years around bias. And a lot of this came out of the global Me Too phenomenon that happened. And we focus on things like affinity bias. Affinity bias is wanting to spend time and work with people who are like you. Think about it. Do you have any kind of affinity bias? We all do. And so it's not about understanding what you're not aware of. So that's unconscious bias, is recognizing that you may say things or do things and not even realize that you are biased against, whether it is women or based on an age or a sexual preference or any of the other marginalized groups that are out there. But it's about recognizing that once you can see those biases that you have, that you can move towards what is called conscious inclusion. And that is taking the steps to include people in meetings, include people in team outings, including people to share their voice, which we'll talk about a little bit more in the communication section that's coming up. So one of the best ways to do this is to equalize leadership development. And you want to do that by gender. So in many companies, those folks who are recognized as potential leaders might be primarily male. And so they are the ones who get the support and are included in training programs and given that opportunity to climb up and rise above in the organization. And that's where it's been fascinating how there's research around what is being called the broken rung here in the United States. So if you think of people climbing up the career ladder, what they're finding is that for women, one of those rungs of the ladder to climb up is broken. And what that broken rung is that first promotion to become a manager. Now, while you may look around and think that everything is equal, research that was conducted this past year by McKinsey and Company found that for every 100 men that are promoted to management for the first time, only 72 women are promoted. And so this is where it becomes that broken rung to get more women into senior leadership. And so start thinking about, does your company offer leadership training, management training to get women to that first manager role? This is the kind of structure and strategy that you need to have so that you can help women on their journey. And this is what we do at Wet Cement, where we provide full service solution, strategy development, training, coaching, and content so that we can help companies build that roadmap and learn what they should be measuring along the way. You'll also want to be delivering live programs, whether that is interactive right now due to the pandemic or hopefully at some point in person. You also want to be sure that you're coaching your team. So coaching the women on what they could and should be doing to rise up within your organization, but also coaching those men on how they can eliminate bias, be more supportive leaders, and advance everyone around them so that your business grows and thrives. And then finally, you want to make sure that you're providing ongoing content. And this is what we do for our clients by doing all of their employee communications and creating videos.